Today is November 11th, 2024. My name is Rob Carr of Kalamazoo Right to Life. This is Pro-Life Week. Well, today is Veterans Day, so no mail delivery and no banks open, but most businesses probably are open. But it is a day that we do remember the men and women who served in our armed forces and have given the ultimate and many of them have given the ultimate sacrifice, their lives, defending our freedoms. But originally, Veterans Day was to remember or to honor the day that World War I ended, the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. So that's the historic background. But kudos and a shout out to all the veterans in our listening audience. And speaking of listening audience, the program I recorded last week at the end, or just after the election, actually has turned out to be my most popular of all the programs I've done in the last 2 years. And for that, I am grateful, and I thank you very, very much for your interest in this little program we've put together for Kalamazoo Right to Life. And the main reason that we started this program is not to generate subscribers and interest on YouTube, or even though that's how it's initially being presented, but it is to put these recorded programs onto our website. And we want to generate more interest and activity for people to go onto the website, get information, as well as see these little videos I'm putting together. So that's the main goal, to get things on the website. And obviously, I'm getting interest from people who are just perhaps randomly searching the internet or YouTube, and they find this little program from me. So for that, I guess I am grateful too for people not affiliated with Kalamazoo Right to Life to still tune in and get a new perspective on pro-life events and some current events as well. So today I just want to kind of continue talking about the election, and I kind of want to focus a little bit today on what went wrong, or what has gone wrong with the Democratic Party. Not just on abortion, but what's going on with these people that, yeah, they've won, or they won with 2 years with Obama, they won with Biden, they've won a lot of cycles. But if Donald Trump was such a flawed candidate, flawed person, then why did he win? Why did Donald Trump win last week? So the first thing I was thinking about is why are the Democrats losing? Is that I just feel they're out of touch with average Americans. I've heard commentators say for quite a while now that Democrats seem to appeal to upper class elites, highly educated people on the coasts, the West Coast or the East Coast, and then they appeal to people who are very, very poor. So it's the high income and the low income. So it's quite a spectrum there, but they don't really appeal to the people in the middle, which is the vast majority of the American public. And that's where I see some of these policies that they have been proposing just, kind of out of touch, just out of the mainstream, just radical stuff. And I'm not sure if they've really caught on to that's what the voters have rejected, is that these radical extreme policies are just not mainstream policies, and the voters are saying, no way do I want this. And kind of conversely, the Republican Party used to be the party of big business and rich people and cater to Wall Street and banks and big corporations. And now they have turned a corner, and they're now appealing more to the working class, the middle class, to minorities. So, I think the Democrats need to kind of wake up. This really should be a wake-up call for them to reevaluate where they stand on common sense issues. And so my second thought is that the Democratic Party is just too steeped in identity politics. I mean, I listen to comments by people on MSNBC, particularly Joy Reid, and she is continually pounding the drum that America is a racist country, or it's misogynistic, we're xenophobic, on and on. It's black against white, rich against poor, straight against gays. She doesn't look at people as individuals. She and the Democratic Party, they lump people together in social groups, categories. When Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris, the Democrats, he checked off two boxes. She was a female and she was a minority. You can't beat that from their point of view, because Hillary Clinton, she was a female, but she was white, and that's not a good thing anymore, because now they want to give most favored nation, so to speak, to minorities, which is fine. But if your candidate, whether it's a white man or a black man or a white woman or a black woman or Asian, whatever, if they're not qualified, if they're not competent, they should not be elected. They should not be chosen by the American public. I voted for Tim Scott in the Michigan primary. No, I'm sorry, not this time, but I think I did 4 years ago, because I voted for Ron DeSantis this time. But I would vote for Ron DeSantis, or I would vote for Tim Scott in a heartbeat. Now, saying I'm going to vote for a black man like Tim Scott does not make me any kind of a hero, or I got to pat myself on the back that somehow, I can vote for a black man, and that makes me extra special. I would vote for Tim Scott because of his policies. I don't care what color he is, it's his policies. If there was a woman who was qualified and competent and had the right policies, I would vote for her in a heartbeat. If there was a pro-life woman who's running for president and she gets the Republican nomination, I'm going to vote for her enthusiastically. Just because she's, a woman is not a reason to not vote for her. But to the Democrats, that seems to be the focus. Women should vote for women, and blacks should vote for blacks, and Latinos should vote for Latinos, and Asians for Asians, and I'm tired of identity politics. Each person is an individual with pluses and minuses, and we need to vote for people based on what they stand for, not the color of their skin or not their religion. Those things are irrelevant. Especially obviously when it comes to politics, we're talking about public policy. We're talking about how these people want to affect our government and our laws and the direction we want to take our country. There's nothing to do with the color of your skin or what ethnic group you belong to or what sex you are. It doesn't. Okay. So, and then I kind of go back to the third point is these extreme policies. Now, and here I'll talk about abortion. The Democrats never seem to be able to state what they might oppose when it comes to restricting abortion. They always want to attack Republicans, and accuse them of of being too extreme in the other way. You don't want to you don't even want to have provide abortion for rape or incest, or for the some fetal abnormality, but the pro-abortion Democrats are never really challenged about is there a procedure or a regulation that they would support that might limit a little bit of access to abortion. They don't. They're for abortion throughout pregnancy. True, you're not going to find pregnancies in the 9th month. I understand that, but they would not even entertain a law that would restrict abortions after like the 7th month they wouldn't. They don't want to put any restrictions. So there's always that loophole that you can slide through and have a late-term abortion. That is extreme, absolutely extreme. And they call us extreme. Killing a baby in the 7th month is way too extreme. But that's where the Democratic Party is on abortion. And transgender is a whole other issue that I'm not going to really talk about. And I think we kind of know where they stand on that. Now, I'm going to turn a corner here just a little bit. U.S. Senate is in Republican control starting January 1st. That is great news. And I can see a few very, very positive things that will come out of this. First is the filibuster is not going to change. It's not going to be abolished, because that was one of the Democrats' top priorities, kill the filibuster. 2, the Democrats are not going to be able to pack the Supreme Court with pro-abortion justices. It's not going to happen now. 3, the Democrats will not be able to get Puerto Rico and the District of Columbia admitted as 2 new states, because the liberals want 2 new states because they can get 4 new senators. Because DC is like 95% Democratic, so they would automatically get 2 new Democratic senators. Puerto Rico is heavily Democratic as well, so they would get 2. The Democrats would get 4 new progressive pro-abortion senators. And now that is dead in the water, because the Republicans now have 53 senators to 47 Democrats. Actually, I think it's like 45 Democrats, but there are 2 that caucus. They're independents, but caucus with the Democrats. So 53, 47. In one of the 4 states, we had the flips were in Ohio, Montana, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. And I want to focus on Pennsylvania just for a minute here. The incumbent senator who lost was Bob Casey. Bob Casey is the son of Governor Bob Casey, Robert Casey, who was a Democrat, a liberal, but 100% pro-life. And you look up his record, he was a great pro-life politician. Stood on his pro-life convictions in the face of opposition by his own party back in 1992. He wanted to speak before the convention and present like a minority report saying not all Democrats are pro-abortion. And they silenced him. He would not be allowed to speak from the platform. And he even said, he said, I find it very interesting that the governor of the state of Pennsylvania is now permitted to speak at the Democratic National Convention. Look it up, 1992. But his son claimed to be pro-life, but in the years that he's been in the Senate, he has wandered. He has drifted away. And he voted to keep Planned Parenthood funding, federal funding. He criticized the Dobbs decision. He voted against Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Barrett for the Supreme Court. At every step, he has been a pro-abortion senator. And now Bob Casey is gone. And I am grateful and thankful that we now replace this fake pro-life senator with a real live one in the name of Dave McCormick. With that, I'll let you go. I will see you next time.